You serious?
Oh fucking, damn, him, fucking Sam.
You.
So after the Lakers hit the biggest lick of the century, the dumbass Mavericks was on the podium answering questions about the trade. And if you look at Jason Kidd, he looks sick. And I know some of these Mavs reporters that's asking questions are fans too. And I know one of them was holding themselves back from recreating this scene right here. And just like how the Chiefs are trying to go 3 for 3 tomorrow, Nico Harrison has already done that himself. He managed to fumble the Mavs 3 times, with his most recent being a generational fumble. This is definitely the fumble of the year. And it's crazy for me to say that when this literal fumble exists, this man got the streets of Dallas looking like Gotham. Meanwhile, on the Lakers side of things, them boys are celebrating. I don't think I've ever seen a trade where the GM thanked the other GM. Rob Pelinka just might go down as one of the greatest to ever do it after this. And if you've seen JJ Redick after this trade, his grays has been turning black again. His crops have been watered. His skin has been flourishing. This man has been cheesing ever since this trade went through, because he knows the possibilities are now endless. He basically has LeBron, but as a 25-year-old, and LeBron himself. So I know he's ready to cook. And then there's Luka. And I'm just gonna be straight up. He's been looking depressed, and for obvious reasons. And a lot of it, if you see him, has been a feeling of shock, which will be a trend once I go to the other side of this trade as well. Because they did not tell these guys they were going to be traded. Like, think about it. Just 1 week ago, Luka was chilling in Dallas, not even knowing this was a possibility. It's crazy. And not only because of that, but because 1 week ago, the Lakers had no future. And that's just the truth. But now, like I said, the possibilities are endless. That's a generational talent right there. And all it takes for one to know that is just to be a sane individual. That's really crazy. Rob Pelinka is really about to go down as one of the greatest general managers to ever do it, just cause he didn't take any drugs. That's not the only trade the Lakers made though. Unfortunately, they had to trade away Dalton Knecht to the Charlotte Hornets to get Mark Williams. Hey, D, it looks like they finally got that center you've been asking for. I understand this trade though, but Dalton Knecht was nice. And he's more similar to Austin Reeves than Luka is. I'm sorry, but this meme clearly does not hit the same as much as Dalton Knecht and Austin Reeves did. Just saying. Okay, as I'm editing this is live. This is breaking news. The trade was rescinded. I repeat, the trade was rescinded. AD, they do not have that center. I think he failed a drug test or something. I don't know. Well, I see the culture the Lakers are building, and I low-key mess with it. On Black History Month, it's a little questionable, but I won't be the one doing the questioning. But I'm not gonna lie, if I'm Dalton Knecht, I'm looking at the Lakers front office and LeBron crazy. Y'all couldn't even wait till my rookie year was over until y'all traded me? Anyways, as a result of this trade deadline, we now have 2 retirement homes built in Dallas and in Golden State. The other side of this trade that's not talked about as much. AD and Max Christie to the Mavericks. They have defense. AD finally has his bigs now, so he can now confidently play the 4 position. So, if you look at it from just this perspective, this isn't the most backwards trade in NBA history. I know the Mavs GM is in hiding right now. This team better win. But that feeling of shock I was talking about was definitely felt by AD and Max Christie as well. You could just see when they were practicing with the Mavs. Like I said for Luka, a situation like this sucks, mainly because it came out of nowhere. Okay, on the other retirement home, Jimmy Butler is going to the Warriors. And it looks like Jimmy finally got what he wanted. He only had to tarnish his legacy to do it. And for the people that might say, he never had a legacy, he never won a ring. I do believe it's more difficult, but you can have a legacy without having a ring. It's possible. And I do believe Jimmy got to that point. But how he left Miami, jeez. And don't get it twisted, I'm not saying Pat Riley is correct either. The Heat culture that gets hyped up so much low-key is just a Chinese sweatshop. but it's really more of how he left than why he left. About his perception, time will tell though. Time will tell. As for Jimmy and the Warriors, did the team get better? Yeah, I would say so. Are the team championship contenders? No. You got Jimmy talking about a championship coming soon. Yeah, okay. I just need live behind the scenes footage of Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green in the locker rooms. That's all I ask for. It turns out we were so close to getting a reunion in Golden State with KD and the Warriors, but KD put a stop to that and turned it down. Draymond is the ultimate double-edged sword, but that's a story for another day. And it's looking like neither KD nor Jimmy want to go to the Grizzlies. They treating that team like it's the Wild Wild West. And now for the Spurs. And I'm excited to talk about the Spurs because they got themselves a squad. Wembanyama, Chris Paul, and now De'Aaron Fox. They got an alien, Master Yoda, and Roadrunner now on the squad. That's fire. Do you know why I like this team so much? It's because it's a bunch of young talent, some of which are really, really good. Then you have the old vet teaching them the way and leading them with his basketball IQ. Yeah, now that the Mark Williams trade got rescinded, this is my favorite trade of the whole trade deadline. We got Zach LaVine on the Kings and is finally reunited with DeMar DeRozan. They were apart from each other for half a season. Now they got a reunion. Love to see it. And then there's the Bucks, where they traded Chris Middleton to the Shadow Realm, the Wizards, while Kyle Kuzma goes to the Bucks to team with Giannis and Dame. I don't know what the Bucks mindset was with this trade, because no offense to Kyle Kuzma, but he's just Jordan Poole with no aura. And him and Jordan Poole was on the same team as well. That was never gonna work out. They was just doing whatever in Washington. Continuing on, they traded Wiggins to Miami, Brandon Ingram to the Raptors, Kelly Olynyk and Bruce Brown to the Pelicans. You know what? This is taking too long. So here, this is all the trades I can pull up at this point. If there's a player and I missed it, my bad. But this is going to be known as the week the NBA lost the plot. They were really just doing anything that came to mind. You got every player realizing this is no longer a game. You got Dennis Schroeder talking about this is like modern day slavery. And I don't know who took that personally, but 4 teams in 24 hours? That's the start of a villain arc right then and there. People talking about how's Luka, how's Dennis. I would have been in that airport rethinking my whole entire career. And during this insane week, where was the commissioner in all of this? So you're telling me the Mark Williams trade can get rescinded, but when it comes to the craziest trade in NBA history, probably the craziest trade of all time, you turn the other cheek? Nah, get back here. We see you for what you are. Ratings was low. You needed a way to fix that. Nico Harrison here could be a plant for all I know. Apparently, he has some crazy backstory I don't know about. He's from this famous rich family. This man has some lore. A lore video about him will go crazy, I won't lie. But yeah, this trade deadline has changed the entire landscape of the NBA. At least for me now, I'm gonna take every report I see, real or fake, seriously. What that means is for my sanity, from now on, I'm going to try and avoid the NBA Centel page.